not so much of a hot topic in South Africa yet. It's quite an international thing at the moment. But what that means is we can do reports on clients to analyze them on environmental, social, and governance impacts. And I think for South Africa, in the environmental sphere and the social sphere and governance sphere, but specifically for myself, I'm really passionate about the environment, and I think that leaks into every aspect of governance and social. So I would love to have an impact in South Africa in some way. You know, South Africa is trying to head towards carbon emission net zero, and that is a massive thing that we need to do for climate change. And that's what ESG is really all about. And yeah, I think South Africa needs that, and that could have a massive impact in the country. Where do I see myself in 5 years? That's such a crazy question, because I think every single day our lives change and our passions change. So I can't say there's a title I want, I can't say there's a job position that I want, but I just want to be making sustainable change, sustainable impact, even if it's in 2 people's lives. But yeah, as a chartered accountant, maybe that will be in assurance, maybe that won't be in assurance. But I really want to use this in a way that can help South Africa and build sustainable change. What inspired me to become a chartered accountant? My dad just always told me this is a good career, and then the more I researched about it in high school and the more I fell in love with accounting, I realized the impact that chartered accountants can have, whatever space they're working in, because there's so many things that we can do. That's really what my passion drove. You know, it's not just someone counting things up. There's like real impact that a chartered accountant can make. I have a hearing impediment, and I'm going to share how this has impacted my story. So in my first year of studies, most of us have a big drop in our marks in first year, but I was going from someone with straight A's in high school, and in my first year of varsity, I was nearly failing some subjects. So at the beginning of my second year, I went for a hearing test, and this showed my hearing loss. And most of my hearing loss is actually not how someone would experience deafness, as in loss of sound. I do have loss of sound, but it's more understanding in noise if someone is speaking to you, and the brain connection to the ear of remembering when someone speaks to you, which is a really big part of hearing loss. So I got my hearing aids, and yeah, so there's a Connect clip that you get with your hearing aids, especially for people in academics that need to sit in a classroom of 1,000 people, like most of us do at varsity. And the lecturer can wear this, and this links directly to your hearing aids. And after that, I saw a dramatic increase in my marks. I went from a 50% to a 60%, and I kept climbing. And I actually then wrote my ITC this year. And this is not something I expected at all, but I got above 75% for my ITC exam, meaning I got honours, which I think is just such a testament of the impact that hearing aids can make in someone's life who is struggling with hearing loss. For myself personally, people don't realize, even someone as me who is able to converse with people, you wouldn't necessarily know just from meeting me that I have a hearing loss. The impact that it has academically and just on your quality of life, it's not worth brushing aside. I always thought I was someone who maybe just deals with social anxiety, or I'm a bit of an introvert, but actually it was just hearing loss that was hindering me from building those relationships. And yeah, it's given me such a confidence, and I think that goes with any disability, to like not brush it aside and realize you can be confident in this if you know how to handle it. And also being confident enough to share it with people around you. I was so nervous in the beginning to tell my lecturers, okay, I need to give you this Connect clip, because I didn't want to draw attention to myself. But at the end of the day, my lecturers were so grateful, and they learned a lot from it as well, realizing there's other students that could be struggling with this too. So yeah, it's really a strength, I think, if you can be the person to be confident about it and help others to be confident about it. To remember that you're human at the end of the day. You're not a machine, you're not a robot. and at the end of the day we have to care for ourselves and others. So taking the time to rest if you need rest, see friends if you need to see friends, still go and do that activity even if you're super busy, just making space for yourself to still be a human being outside of this career.